Namaskar dear students, welcome you to our channel Bio by Gulab Sir. As a part of series of lectures, today's topic is chloroplast and plastids. You are well aware about chloroplast as a detailed structure and photosynthetic apparatus because right from 7th class you learn about chlorophyll and chloroplast. But this time we are going to learn about different types of plastid including chloroplast. So let's see, there are three different types of plastids which are mentioned here. Question can be asked, what are plastid? Mention three different types of plastid with their location and function. It's very important. Question can be asked for 3 marks. And separately, question also can be asked for role of chloroplast in photosynthesis. Yeah, explain structure of chloroplast because it is a part of a lesson cell as a unit of life, and this is one of the organelles. So in that series we are going to learn about organelle chloroplast in detail, but at the same time, as it is a part of that plastids, we have to compare it with chromoplast and leucoplast, and therefore I made this chart. Now this is what very simple and very easy to understand, and therefore we can compare and learn and remember, and therefore I have mentioned here three plastid together. Here chromoplast, leucoplast and chloroplast. Chromoplast is colorful. It affords color to the plant part like flower, fruits, and even in algae, different types of algae. Chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae, rhodophyceae, that is green color alga, yellow, brown color alga and red color alga. It is because of that pigments. Different types of pigments I have mentioned here. That carotene, phycobilin, phycoerythrin, phycocyanin as anthocyanin that give color to the flowers. And yes, this chromoplast has role to impart different color to the different parts of the plants. So you would have seen different color fruits, different color algae, different color even flowers as well as leaves also. You would have seen croton having variegated leaves, that means spot of yellow, brown, brownish, reddish color spot of the leaves, and that is through this chromoplast. I hope you got it. What is chromoplast? Leucoplast in that series is colorless. It has no role to color, to impart the color or to produce the food, but it has role to store the food. So leucoplastids are the plastid which store the food. We have three types of major food: starch, protein and fat. Starch storing are known as amyloplast, and their location they found in potato, wheat, rice, all grains, all fruits also. But more or less therefore which consists of more, that is potato, wheat, rice, even banana has very high concentration or quantity of starch in it. So amyloplast. Eleoplast belong to this leucoplast, store oil. All oil seeds including endosperm and endospermic fluid of coconut. You eat that coconut white part, it is endosperm, and that fluid what we call coconut water is a endospermic fluid, is a free nuclear endosperm that you would have known. So these are the example of eleoplast, oil storing, fat storing components. Aleuroplast is the third one. Aileron layer in monocot seed, you would have drawn diagram for monocot seed. There is an aileron layer where exactly this aileroplast that was store the protein present in pulses also, but especially in monocot seed, maize seed, aileron layer is there, and that is what protein storing part called aileroplast. An example is given, maize. I hope you got it. It's very simple. Question can be asked and it's easy. So you please prepare a note down this, the same format. It will be easy for preparing in examination. Now very important that chloroplast, which we are going to learn in detail as a separate organelles, because chloroplast is present in the form of organelles. Amyloplast, they are present in the form of granules. Aleuroplast also present in the form of storage. But chloroplast is organelles having chlorophyll to have the process of photosynthesis, on which whole world is dependent on, because chloroplast is the organelles having chlorophyll that convert light energy into chemical energy. None of the machine exists in the world to convert light energy into chemical energy. There is no any machinery. You know that there are different forms of energy. They can be converted in either of form. That is what chemical energy into electrical energy, chemical energy into light energy, kinetic energy into mechanical energy, and so on. You are aware. Potential energy into electrical energy. But do you know that is there any machinery to convert light energy into chemical energy? No. You will not and never find any machinery in the world, and you will never discover to convert that light energy into chemical energy. See my words. There is no machinery in the world to convert light energy into chemical energy other than chloroplast. If chloroplast would have not there, then what would have been the source of energy for living being? As you know that during photosynthesis, chloroplasts convert light energy into chemical energy, that is what in the form of ATP molecule, which are used to reduce carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, and that is what glucose, what we eat, that is what starch, later it converted into protein and carbohydrate, other carbohydrate as well as fat. So this is what the machinery in detail, that is also called photosynthetic apparatus. Chloroplast is the largest organelle in plant cell. It is made up of two layers, outer layer and inner layer. It is double membrane organelles. Inside the inner, each membrane is made up of lipid and protein. Each membrane is 60 to 100 Armstrong in thickness. They are semi-permeable and selectively permeable. Outer membrane has porins that allow to transfer substances which has molecular weight up to 10,000 Dalton. But inner membrane is less permeable as compared to the outer membrane. Inside the inner membrane, it has hydrophilic matrix called stroma. This stroma has this coin-like structure. Each coin-like structure is known as thylakoid. And that stack of coins are present one above the other is called grana. That grana has lumen, cavity, called grana cavity, lumen, which consists of photosynthetic pigments. These photosynthetic pigments, they trap the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy. Further, this chemical energy is used to reduce this carbon dioxide into carbohydrate inside the stroma. So stroma consists of all the enzymes which required to reduce carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, also known as Kelvin cycle, dark reaction, reduction reaction, assimilation reaction, which occur in stroma. These words what I use can be asked in NEET, so please concentrate. This stroma not only carry out Kelvin cycle to reduce carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, but also it has DNA and its own ribosome. So chloroplast is a semi-autonomous organelle. Why? Because it has its own DNA and ribosome to produce its own protein and carry out its own metabolism, as well as they reproduce on their own by fission. So they are not dependent on cell for their sustenance. Therefore, it can be said that they are prokaryotic organism like mitochondria. Question can be asked in NEET. Prokaryotic organism found in the cell of the plant, chloroplast. Prokaryotic organisms found in the cells of the animal, both in the animal only mitochondria, in plant both mitochondria and chloroplast. So remember, which type of ribosome? 70S. So cell within cell, prokaryotic cell within eukaryotic cell. Which is the prokaryotic cell within the eukaryotic cell? Chloroplast and mitochondria are the prokaryotic cell within the eukaryotic cells. Therefore, question can be asked in eukaryotic plant cell and animal cell. Type of ribosomes are found: ATS, 70S, ATS and 70S both, and none of these. Remember, both, because eukaryotic cell has ATS type of ribosome in their cytoplasm, which has mitochondria having 70S, which has chloroplast having 70S. Therefore, both ATS and 70S type of ribosome. So they produce their own protein. Therefore, they carry out their own mechanism, and hence they are not dependent on cell for their sustenance. It is very important. Therefore, they are called as self or semi-autonomous organelles. Come to the point. Photosynthesis. Chloroplast major function is that they carry out photosynthesis, and hence very important. Moreover, chloroplast and mitochondria together they maintain concentration of oxygen and carbon dioxide in atmosphere. See, during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water is being used for the process of photosynthesis. It is shown here, and same what product produced in mitochondria. That what mitochondria consume carbohydrates and produce CO2 and H2. That means दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ मिले हुए, जुड़े हुए. Both mitochondria and chloroplast, they are maintaining concentration of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Chloroplast consume the carbon dioxide, mitochondria produce the carbon dioxide. Whatever carbon dioxide produced by mitochondria, it is consumed by carbon dioxide, chloroplast for the photosynthesis, and whatever product, that is oxygen produced by chloroplast, is used by the mitochondria. Hence, the concentration of carbon dioxide and oxygen in atmosphere is maintained by not only chloroplast but also mitochondria. That is what they work together, and that is what I mentioned here in this point, that you can understand the last point what I mentioned in notes, they are not only carry out photosynthesis but also maintain the balance of O2 and CO2 in atmosphere. Please go through these notes. All points what I spoke, all points are mentioned there. You can see here, these are the notes that you can go through, which I have been just explained to you. Very important that number of chloroplasts may be vary. One in Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is a unicellular alga. 40 to 50 in eukaryotic cell, that is mesophyll cell, and they are abundant in Plastid cells. Their size, they are the largest, and it is mentioned that 5 to 10 micrometer in length and 2 to 4 meter in diameter or width. So they are the largest organelles. The rest of the things that I have said, this chloroplast can be of different shape. They can be star shape in zygnema, ribbon shape in Spirogyra, cup shape in Chlamydomonas, and reticulate shape or other shape, oval and spherical. So they can be of any shape. So these chloroplasts, they exist in living green plants. It's very important machinery to convert light energy into chemical energy. That's what we learn. Now you please go through these notes, you draw this diagram, even you can refer the diagram on NEET. So NEET also you will get this diagram which I have drawn, but I hope you would have liked diagram drawn by me to explain you what is chloroplast and its role in plant cells. I am sure that you understood everything in detail. Even though if you are in doubt, you can ask in comment section. I also appeal you to like and share our channel, as well as if you are new, subscribe. Happy learning.